well, though, was Doctor Who Season 25. I finally finished going through the Blu-ray set. That's the greatest show in the galaxy. What a wonderful piece of artwork this is by Sounds Myth Prod, right? Really, I mean, like if you're looking for a graphic designer, this is excellent work, right? It really is excellent. Well, yeah, one of the things about this story it's engendered somewhat of a deep love, and people do incredible artwork from it. Here's another one which is really nice. It doesn't have the credit on it, unfortunately. But again, I'm going to stick with this one, right? So, Greatest Show in the Galaxy. This was one of my all-time favorite stories ever, right? We had an interesting season, right? This was a rebuilding season for Doctor Who, and it rebuilt into a something that I really genuinely liked. Something that had moved with the times and stayed absolutely authentic to Doctor Who, right? Plus, you had Ian Reddington with an underwritten script being able to insert this incredible performance, which they beautifully captured on this poster, right? And he did. He had a wonderfully creepy performance, and I like that he was a one-time villain and died in it. Anyway, so the reason I like the Sylvester McCoy era all being released now is you get to see its progression. Season 24 didn't know what they're doing. Andrew Cartmel was like, he knew he wanted to lean more on like the comic book revolution that was going on at the time. Like he wanted Alan Moore or Grant Morrison to write stories, and so that's why season 24 had a very comic booky feel. I would say this is more what it was going for. Because season 25 had a very Judge Dredd feel, or I would say more Judge Dredd magazine feel, right? You had Judge Dredd, which was, again, it was dark, creepy, and dystopian. It was very dodgy in a lot of ways, but it was for kids. In the end, the magazine came along, and it was for older kids. It was for 16-year-olds, but it felt like it was it felt more grown up, right? Which is what this season of Doctor Who really did very well. So you had Remembrance of the Daleks, I think, was a very traditional action adventure one, but again, it feels like it was pulled from the pages of 2000 AD, right? It feels like Doctor Who made with the ethos of 2000 AD, and I think that actually really worked to its benefit. Then, much more so, Happiness Patrol and Helen A could have been drawn by, I don't know how to pronounce it, Carlos Esquiza, right? She is such a traditional Judge Dredd villain, right? Crazy Judge Dredd, over the top villain. Silver Nemesis didn't really work, but the most watchable version I've ever seen is in this Blu-ray box set where they got a cut down movie length version. It's about an hour long, and it cuts out all the really cringe stuff and puts in stuff I hadn't seen before, like Cybermats, which I really liked, and actually made it zip along very well. It doesn't fail as hard as it did before. This is absolutely its best version I've ever seen. And then we get into Greatest Show in the Galaxy, which is really, what can I say? This is like this. Okay, so we get Judge Dredd magazine, and then you turn the pages to a bit of a weirder out of their story. That is Greatest Show in the Galaxy, and it's very much the template for Doctor Who for the next, I don't know, this was 88, 90. It was very much template for the next 15 years, right, of what Doctor Who was. Like, there was like lots of disparate people or disparate things from different universes coming together in some kind of story or quest, usually to fight some kind of ancient evil or brought around by this ancient evil. Which the Doctor had all this knowledge of. And again, it just really, really totally worked. Fantastic performance from Sylvester McCoy. One of my favourite parts of Doctor Who ever is when he strolls out of the circus tent after defeating the gods of Ragnarok, and it blows, sky high, and he doesn't flinch. Just excellent. And he showed what his Doctor was, right? It really demonstrated what is. Let me pull up that clip. Let's pull up that clip. Overhead doink. Look forward to Superman. Where is the Doctor Who? Greatest show in the galaxy. The greatest show in the galaxy. It was. This will be episode 4. They put new effects on this, but it didn't really need it. Mostly, I would say. Yeah. Oh yes, man. Did I call that well? So you see the effect. The old ones were fine in my estimation. Excellent. Again, I love that Doctor. Right, I really do love that Doctor. So it's you. I'm sure you all know the story. There's a junk mail ad for the psychic circus. I guess I meant psychedelic circus. There's a hippie circus on this planet Seganax, and people come there, and it's kind of an allegory for Doctor Who. You have Wizkid turn up, and he's like, "Oh, it's not as good as it used to be, but I'm still very interested." Which is how he was seen as an avatar for fans, quite accurately, I would say. Chief Eddington's Chief Clown, just fantastic. Right, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, there was an accident when they're making this, and when everyone's in a cage, it like slammed down on his head and broke all his teeth. Like he had like real problem with it, man. But he just gave an excellent performance in this. Fantastic. So let's see what's on these discs. So the original episodes, okay, and then with upgraded effects. I could go either way. I will probably watch the upgraded effects. The commentary is by Sophie Order, Jessica Martin, and Christopher Guard, who played Bellboy. Sophie Order and Jessica Martin are really good friends, right? Writer Stephen Wyatt, Andrew Cartmel, and composer Marquez. I wouldn't mind listening to that. I probably, always have listened. Was Weird Kid supposed to be Chris Chibnall? Almost certainly. Oh my God, yes. If only got blown up instead. So the special edition where they have extra stuff they cut in, they do it quite well. That's on episodes 1 and 3 only. Making of documentary, it does its job, but again, you see the point where Ian Renton gets this thing smashed down on his head, right? And I love like the embrace of. Again, it subtly changed its outlook to. I want to say college students, or like sixth form students, right? That's how it changed, and I think it really very, very much worked. So behind the sofa, Jessica Martin joins Sophie Order and Sylvester McCoy, where it's what was it? Janet Fielding, Sarah Sutton, and Wendy Padbury in a weird combination. And the weirdest combination that really, really, really genuinely works is Katie Manning and what's his name? Adric. Matthew. Well, here, let me pull up a clip of that. Because, like, you just watch 1 second of it and you know exactly what's going on.
Here we go.
Wait. Where's Katie Manning? Oh, maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm thinking of season 15. I'm totally wrong. But okay, but the behind the sofa thing was the Normies liked it a lot. This was absolutely their favorite story of the season. And again, I think it was one of the most accomplished. Really, they tried to follow up several times in several different mediums, and for me, none of them have worked at all. Special edition, it's okay. It's the special edition of Remembrance is better. Of Happiness Rock is stunning, right? Makes that story stunning, and it makes the Silver Nemesis average. So you get model featurette. Look at the model work for the story, which I think replaced with CGI mostly, haven't they? A mute compilation of model effect footage, special effects featuring new series effects. Supervisor Danny Hargreaves looks back at the practical effects of the classic theme. I never saw that. I have to watch that. That sounds really good. The famous Victoria Wood sketch, Knock Knock with Sophie Aldred. Yeah, Sophie Aldred just like, I'll take any work, anything. And the very strange Psychic Circus music video coming soon. Battlefield. the season 26 trailer, which I prefer than the mini stories, right? I really do prefer. Fine. So that, yeah, all that stuff. Again, it's it's a very solid disc of entertaining stuff with a great story. What more can you possibly want? So then, disc 8, you get a bunch of really good documentaries. Doctor Escape Room. Now, again, this is hosted by Emily Cook. And God bless her. I like Emily Cook a lot. I think she's a very good person. I think she's a clever person. I think she was wonderful to work out, to do the tweet-alongs, the watch-alongs together. So I genuine love and respect for her. She's a bit of an annoying cunt in this, though. And look, her presenting skills are, I would say, sub Blue Peter. Right? Just some Blue Peter, right? And I haven't seen it since the 70s or the 80s. So around there, right? But not... But then, so you got Sylvester McCoy, Sophie, and Bonnie Langford trying to work out the escape room. And you're like, oh, they can't work this out. It's so simple. I'm like, no, it's not. Oh, you're being... And she really is being annoying and condescending through the whole thing. Can't find that. It really is like, I'm like, what are you doing? Don't be, you really are being an annoying, condescending cunt. Doctor Escape Room, here you go. Right. So I'm going to show you a bit of an introduction. Yeah, so again, everybody can start at a weak place and then progress and get better. I'm not saying just like, for right now, Emily, again, you've done a lot of good for Doctor Who fandom, so I'm not going to like, take a shit on you, even though I kind of am, and I don't mean it out of malice. I just, my honest review is you're not really cooked there, but this is how you get cooked. So I hope you end up wherever you want. But just check it out.
Room. Behind this door, we've designed a fiendish escape room purely for the collection Blu-ray range.
All right, fine. It's funnier when she's like sitting in the back room commenting, right? Which is like, oh, they can't work it out. I'm like, fuck you. Is that it? Yeah.
That's the only way good. These are all monsters then.
It's fine.
Sylvester's given up, but he was so close on the green thread
Do you think if we...
Exactly. Okay, it's so annoying, right? That's what she's like all the way through it. However, I thought that feature was going to be about 20 minutes long, and it's like an hour and 10 minutes. I just watched the whole thing. I was kind of transfixed from all of it. Then she has another documentary, The Collectibles, the 1980's. I like this a lot because it was very much my era and I recognized it, so it was a lot of fun. Location footage, I always find that boring. Tomorrow's World Christmas quiz, Sylvester McCoy appears in costume, special TV broadcast, open air, Sylvester McCoy and Matt Irving. And they were on open air all the bloody time. Sylvester McCoy during that era. I think you can put that down to John Nathan Turner being very good at promoting, right? Panopticon first interviews with Sylvester McCoy and Sophie Aldred from 93 and 98. Man, I wish it was 90. I think it was 1990 was when I was in Panopticon, right? That was awesome when he came out. Oh God. Like when they were introducing him, there was a TARDIS on the stage, and then smoke started billowing out the door, and he came out and did the whole bit of shtick. It's just really great, right? It was really great. So season 25 box set. Oh God, for me, the hugest of huge recommends. It is so freaking good, right? It is relentlessly good. So and Greatest Show. Probably the best story in there. A lot of people prefer what's it called then? Remembrance of the Daleks. But Great Show is so original in its own thing, right? I really liked Happiness Patrol as well, especially the new edition. It was absolutely fantastic. Fan Dabby, double dozy. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.